I thought I would make a quick video today and show the state of the garden because a lot has changed in the last 2 weeks. It's sunny right now, as you can see, but we have had a lot of weather changes and fall is definitely here. I already had my first frost last night, so we are on the way. And with the frost, you can see that I have taken off my my squash, my gourd vine. So I took everything off of this. The only thing that I left is the berries, which I know will reduce their ability to fruit next year, but I don't need a massive amount of tayberries anyway. I cut down most of the sunflowers. And then everything else got cut down, basically. I've been cleaning out the beds, removing stuff, doing a little bit of transplanting, moving things around. I think what I'm going to do is move my lemongrass. This is what's left of the lemongrass after harvest. I'm going to move the lemongrass stalks here to see if I can try to overwinter them. I doubt it because they are not hardy at all. They've always died for me, but I don't know. I always try, even though it's not very successful. I still have beautiful dahlias, as you can see, but the sun is real low already on the horizon, and it got cold. It got really, really, really cold really quickly. So we've had a lot of rain, so weeds are back. But it's nice to have this light again because it was getting so dark in the tunnel, and now it's a little bit better. But since we're here, I can show you some of my pretty roses. This is Dolly Parton, and Dolly is a little spent here, but we've got Mr. Lincoln right here, very pretty, and Stiletto. They're getting a little, sad because obviously we just had a super cold snap last night, so they're all kind of damaged. But that's okay. Everything's doing okay. I still have blooms, which is, really crappy. I thought that I would have more time basically before frost, but we have frost forecasted for like the next 3 or 4 days. So I think I'm gonna start seeing a lot of stuff just shut down because they're kind of done. It's hard for things to survive with those kind of temperatures. I have some really sensitive stuff here, like the basil that's got to get cut. And some of this is fall cropping, so I'm gonna take it out. And this is just ornamental kale anyway, so I'm just going to take it out and put in some I don't know, probably some of my cut flowers for next year, because next year I really want to do more cut flower production, I guess. And then I put up cold frames because it got really cold. But what's crazy is look what I have in the cold frame, right? Look at my snapdragons. Like, look at this. Let me show you, okay? It is like full on spring. Isn't that incredible? Like, it is so beautiful inside the cold frame right now. But they've got to be covered because I still have really sensitive stuff that I haven't harvested because I thought that I had more time. So I'm just like madly rushing to get stuff in. I also took off, oh my god, what is that? Look at this monster. Oh, I don't know what that is. I'm just gonna leave it. They'll fight each other and figure it out, I took down the gourd vines here, and I left the chayote squash, and all of this is one chayote squash vine. Isn't that unbelievable? So all of this, literally one vine. That is absolutely wild. It's clearly the most prolific, and yeah, I'm really excited that it was so healthy and is producing so much. I already have cut down like 20 maybe, and I left these ones. I want to show you because they are big ones, big boys. Okay, look at that. I don't know if you can see against my hand. My hand's not a very good sense of scale measurement, but look at that. So I'm gonna let these ones get bigger and a little older and try to use them as seed for next year. And then what I've got in here, I made another cold frame here, but it's got to stay a little high because I still have zinnias growing. They're just cold. And I'm trying to just wrap up my my fall crop, so I'm waiting for my bulbs to die. And I have, oh look, my little tiny babies. They're so big now. I grew these from seed and they're getting so big. And then I actually have a couple of really, really tiny, cute blooms. Oh, let me see if I can just grab them. Look at these. Isn't that so cute? It's super duper cute. It's so pretty. Look at, they're like so small. They look like baby snapdragons. Ah! 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 Oh my gosh, I love this so much. Okay, let me try to not be completely distracted by that. So this bed is cut flowers, all cut flowers, both of these beds. And so I've got to wind them down, get them covered. Some of the cut flowers are, well, these are not cut flowers, but some of them are already blooming and super cute. So these violas are fall violas, and they are, oh my gosh, are they not the most adorable? I'm gonna leave them to cover crop. I've also got some cilantro in here, and then I've got a whole bunch of, I don't know, other stuff that I planted. Dianthus and a lot of snapdragons over here that need pinching. In fact, I'm gonna pinch them right now. So if you pinch them, you get more flowers in the spring, which is awesome. So I'm gonna do that. And so what I'm gonna do is, you know, get these beds set up. I mean, this bed is done now. It's set up for the winter, right? But just try to get the beds all set up and all configured for winter growing, because we are going to have a couple of really, really cold days shortly. So it's not covered on all sides because I still have so much growing, but it should at least help keep the hard frost away. And then for the rest of the garden, I'm just gonna leave it. Everything else should be pretty hardy, and if not, they're annuals anyway, and I'm not gonna cover them or anything. I still love this, and it doesn't look totally sad yet, so I'm gonna leave that. But you can kind of see, like, my seed pods are looking tired. So this, I think we can take down. There's some zinnia seeds in here, I'm sure of it, that we can collect. And then the dahlias are starting to be done. I pulled out one of them. I don't know if I did a great job with that. It should be the smallest one. But some of these other ones, they're pretty done. So I mean, with the frost, they're definitely going to be done. They're not hardy. And so I'm just going to wait for hopefully a week or two, and then they'll be done. And then with the cold temperatures, you can see that my blueberries are turning red. And these ones too, they're starting to turn because they're deciduous. And they are going to go to sleep. Oh, but one of my roses that hasn't been blooming all summer practically is blooming. Cute. I'm gonna move this as well later, and then I'm gonna take the opportunity to move a lot of this stuff right here is the oh my gosh, sunchoke, and I have way too much of it, so I'm going to move it and just, you know, get better support for it essentially. And I have a whole bunch of dahlia swaps coming up that I'm crazy excited about, so I'm going to, you can see the dahlia is sad. They're drooping at the top because it's cold. But I'm gonna get a whole bunch of new dahlias by swapping. And you see how early frost is? I have canna here, okay? And canna is like a summer flower. It's like a tropical flower. Here, let me get to a space where you can see the canna better. Look at how beautiful that is, okay? And it's still here because the frost is so early, and I'm so mad about it. Oh, but let me show you the craziness of the root ball for the sunchoke. So yeah, that'll be fun. And then you can see way at the back there is I zoomed in so you can see it. That is a crabapple that I just put in. And it's been raining crazy, so it should be fine. But I'm just kind of letting everybody go to sleep, you know, wrap up their thing. Trying to get to closure of the garden as quickly as I can. I've got these mums that I traded for earlier in the year, and they're about to bloom, but I don't think I did a good job growing them. So they're like really sad looking. Oh my gosh, there's so much noise and beeping and booping. And with the fall, I'm having like a resurgence of flowers. You know, stuff that was too hot to bloom started blooming. So I've got penstemon, and I've got more penstemon here, and I've got salvia. I don't have a lot of bees left. I think most of the bees have, you know, kind of just died for the year now, but it's cute. And look at how big my tricolor sage got. Like if you compare this to the first video that I made this year, it's crazy. It's like massive size difference. Let's see, what else do we have here? I'm just gonna walk through real quick. My maple, it's a little late to prune the maple now, so I'm just gonna leave it. Same with this guy, I'm just gonna prune it back. I think I'm gonna do it soon actually. And then, oh my gosh, I still have, wait, let's walk back here real quick. I still have a ton of baby plants that I didn't get around to planting. Also, I have violas everywhere. So because of the frost, I moved all of my starts here because it's more sheltered, to try to just get them through the next couple days, because they're so small. I'll show you these starts. Look at these guys. They are like literally not even on their real leaf, right? And so those definitely can't be just hanging out in the raw temperature. Oh, and then let me show you. These are even worse. This is delphiniums. These are not doing very well. They're not germinating very well. I think I did a bad job with those. But I've also got campanulas, and they are so small. Like, look at this and look at that. They are tiny, 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 tiny little plants, and it is just too cold to put them out. It's dangerous for them. And then under my garbage bags, I've gotten the starts, right, that I'm, you know, I want them to grow, but it's getting so cold. I don't know if any of them will succeed. The ones that are already in soil, they're fine. I just need to put them into the ground where they'll be better insulated. But most of this is, you know, in the danger zone with the frost. All right, let's walk around some more. I finished planting my little forest, but I made a mistake. Oh, actually, let's talk about this side first, because I do want to show some really pretty fuchsia that's still here, still alive. And I think this is Japanese anemone that came up, and they are so beautiful. I love this kind of breezy structure to it. I don't know where it came from. I don't remember planting it, but I'll take it. I'm not complaining about it. I want to show you, oh yeah, look at the color of the beautiful tree. So I'm really excited about that one. Okay, so I want to show my little hell strip out here. I put these asters out here, and asters need no care whatsoever. They are basically a weed, and they're amazing. And then there's a smoke tree back there, and I'm hoping that the smoke tree will get, you know, quite a bit bigger than it is right now. Give me a little bit of shade would be amazing. But there's just, you know, really, really hardy things in this area. They have to be hardy because they don't get much irrigation out here, and they just kind of need to survive on their own. But look at how beautiful this is now. It's really pretty. I also wanted to show you that I killed all the grass. Oh yeah, you can hear how loud my road is, huh? I killed all the grass and I put in succulents, and I've got succulents everywhere. So I put in the succulents over on this side first, and you can see the areas that I did earlier in the summer, and they are like amazing. Look at, it's exactly what I wanted. Just this like hell strip of doom. Just needs to be cleaned up a little bit so that it's not so messy, but that's okay. It's doing good. There's a lot of ice plants out here that are blooming. And look at the ice plants. Really pretty. I've got a couple colors. That one's a red. This one's a yellow. It's very small. And then this one's a pinky pink. The light is terrible because it's too low, but you get the idea. So I've just been propagating. Oh, my earpiece just like fell out. I've been just propagating my stuff. Just like the sedums, I get them, I split them, I put them into a new spot. This is the sunniest, hottest area, driest area in my garden. So succulents are like perfect for right here. Like you can, this right here is the best area. And with the poppies in between them, like they just look so good. I didn't even plant the poppies. They just grew by themselves out there. So it's really amazing. You can kind of see how wild my garden looks from out here. There's my kiwi vine from out this way. It's kind of weird to see your house from the outside, you know. Okay, we're gonna go back now. I've been trying to keep the asters from just like taking over the sidewalk. But you know what's nice about this is that these guys bloom so late, and it gives little bumblebees and honeybees a chance to get really late season nectar. So any bee that's still alive, they've gotten food. Okay. Oh yeah, second hell strip on this side. Very bare. Capturing it for future comparison. That's a forsythia over there that I bought for $5. Okay, let's talk about the forest. Let me give you a tour of the little forest. So the forest has mostly evergreens, and one very poorly placed hydrangea. So the hydrangea is gonna move, but I don't have the other area prepped, so it's just gonna stay here for a minute, if that makes sense. So here we have a lemon cypress that will hopefully survive. It's the most sketchy in terms of hardiness. Everything else should be more than hardy enough to be here. So the idea for this area is to eventually have a very kind of dense forest looking section. So here is a white pine, and we've got black mondo grass all over. One of my friends had a ton of black mondo grass and he really didn't like them, and so he let me come and dig up all of them, which is like amazing, because mondo grass basically doesn't grow. It grows super slowly. So I'm really grateful for that. This is a black rhodie here, and then we've got the twisty pine and the weeping sequoia. This one is the only one that's not properly staked yet, so you can see I've got all of my trees on these big old stakes, and then this is the only one that's on like a flimsy bamboo stake that's not useful, but we'll fix that. Let's see, let's walk along this way first. We made some stone structures in the forest, and we have a weeping beech tree here. This guy's gonna get massive. We got halfway through our little stone circle, and then we ran out of exposed rocks, but don't worry, there's plenty more where that came from. This is a weeping cedar. It's leaning a little bit, huh? I need to fix that a little. This is a weeping redbud tree. I really like this because they look like little black hearts. Yay. I think that's fir maybe, and then just lots of weeping conifers, and they're weeping because it keeps their form smaller, because I can't have full-size conifers. You know, this whole area would be like one conifer. But by getting weeping trees, I can have a lot more. Okay, so there's only a couple of deciduous trees. So the weeping beech is deciduous. The redbud is deciduous, but it will bloom in early spring. The larch, this is a larch, is deciduous. And these two, the what's it called? Oh my god, friend, I forgot your name. I don't know why I'm blanking on this right now. Wow, brain, I got nothing. It's red. It's beautiful. I don't know. And then you can see that this is a very sad looking hydrangea, but that's just because I didn't do a good job getting it into the ground, and it will totally be fine. It just went into dormancy early because it's like, man, it's cold and I don't have enough moisture. I don't like this, so that's okay. Everyone else is basically the same. You know, my backyard is very hardy. So let's see, what's new? Well, I put in these little bits of woolly thyme, so hopefully I'll have a little bit more ground cover over here, because I definitely do not want to spend time or energy constantly mulching forever. I mean, I'm gonna mulch forever, but less effort would be great. Oh, how interesting. In the summer, these were white. Look, they change color in the cold. That's so weird. Okay, well, they're pink now. I've got some clematis that is dying back, and I got some, just roses that are blooming but not happy about it, if that makes sense. Let me see. are any of these worth talking about? I mean, that's really pretty, right? So some of the roses, really struggled in the heat. And so I think now that look at how beautiful that is. Now that it's a little cooler, they're doing a little bit better. So what I've tried to do is put it next to something that will give it a little bit of shade, because maybe it'll help it in the long run. And then I put in a tree rose of Sweet Mademoiselle. It's a really pretty rose. And a couple of calla lilies. I think that's the only new things in here. And my friend gave me a tiny little baby Santa Claus fuchsia. And then, like I said, most of the stuff back here is the same. I reattached the roses to their arch. So this arch is refreshed. I've got cardboard box from crap everywhere. I need to cover up these chairs and put stuff away for winter. And the Double Delight rose is still continuing to bloom as if nothing has happened. It just does not care. Okay? And then, yeah, isn't it so interesting that the roses, now that it's cooler, it's blooming again, and it's doing such a good job. I mean, look at the shape of these blooms. They are really, really nice. Like, hopefully it'll bloom like this a little more during the summer. It's quite hot back here, so I think it kind of struggles a bit. But if you look at the roses that I've got, they are like really good. You know, look at that. Right? Really good. Spectacular. And then I've gotten more chrysanthemums. They self-seeded and then they grew up again and they're here again. And then I have squash that I really, really need to take out, but I haven't had time to do that. And onions in there, and giant sunflowers that are just everywhere. Want to see a sunflower? Look at, doesn't that look so cool? Yeah. This is what it's like to be me under a sunflower. It's so awesome. So I think what I'm going to do is finish up kind of cleaning stuff and putting things away best I can. And then I'm going to just kind of put the garden to bed, right? Like, I think the season is largely, well, it's definitely over. It's time to take naps. I am ready for naps and, you know, soup season. I definitely do not want to be out here when it's freezing. And I'm just, you know, transitioning to more of a, hey, it's time to put things away and take naps. And I don't think that's a bad thing. There's still a couple of raspberries on the vine. I can't believe it. So every time I walk by, if there's any lingering food on the plants, I just eat them because they'll just go bad, especially with the amount of rain we've been getting. They're definitely not going to last very long. They rot super fast when it's wet like this, which is too bad because it's been a spectacular summer and an incredible time. Just, I don't know. I think it's been my biggest gardening year. Definitely my most ambitious gardening year. I feel like I did a lot. I put up a lot. This arch wasn't here. Most of the plants back here I put in last year. But, you know, this year felt more like, wait, let me show you this view. Look at this. This year felt more like refinement and getting things to be magical. And, getting a little more efficient with my time, because I don't just manage the back garden now, I also have to manage the front garden. So I can't just rely on one garden, right? So that's been an interesting experience this year. I think I want to write down some garden lessons that I took from this year. I just took some mint for eating. Write down some garden lessons from this year so that I don't forget and dismiss it into next year. I'm not going to even bother deadheading the roses anymore. I'm just going to leave them, and then I'm going to just trim them up right before spring. So leaving them, don't care. But what I do want to do is capture some lessons for myself so that I can be even better next year and grow better and be more successful at making beautiful things happen. I have some goals for next year. Oh, let me show you my wild bird feeding area. I just brought these seeds here and let the birds go to town, and they've just been, I don't know, doing whatever they do with seed heads. Yeah, I think I want to write it down so that I remember and that I have some accountability for it, and that it's not just like, I'll forget by next spring, right? Between now and spring. And I don't want to forget. I want to make sure that I can remember and make sure that I learn from myself, and also make sure that I write down some of the mistakes that I made this year so that I can improve and crop plan better next year, and sort of, I don't know, not do the same thing over and over, right? And actually improve over time. Like, one of the things that I want to get better at is managing my usage of the herbs that I grow. I mean, look at how much I produced of, this is Thai mint. This is a super resistant variety. It doesn't have any disease at all on it. It's incredible. And I've got seed. I've got seed that I'm just gonna throw back in, actually, because why make life hard on yourself? But look at how beautiful it is. But I didn't use very much of it because I was so overwhelmed by everything that was going on here. And yeah, and then some of the other things is like, I need to succession plan better so that I can have like a little bit of food the whole time versus like big bunches of food. But I think I'm gonna go write those things down, and then I will talk about it when I have a little more thoughts collected. But for now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go bend a couple more of these metal conduits and put some more of them in and make a couple more tunnels so that I can keep my crops protected overnight. Bye.